Welcome to Psychology for Sleep. I am so glad you found your way here. Your brain is filing memories right now while you rest, deciding what to keep, what to blend, what to release, creating the story of who you are. Tonight, you'll discover why December emotions flood your dreams in ways no other season can match. And by the end, you'll understand why your sleeping mind needs to revisit these feelings year after year. Wherever you are right now, perhaps feeling the weight of December's expectations or the warmth of recent gatherings, allow yourself this quiet exploration. We will journey through 100 psychology facts about how holiday emotions shape your dreams. From the neural pathways that light up when you smell pine or hear familiar carols, to the way your sleeping brain rehearses social connections, to the mysterious reason why December dreams feel more vivid than any other month. This thoughtful journey through consciousness builds bridges between searching minds. A soft, cerebral, like or sharing your thoughts creates a pathway for more dreamers to discover and brings us closer to protect this sanctuary of calm, one sleepy soul at a time. Your journey through holiday emotions and dreams inspires ours. Let yourself settle completely here. Feel your jaw unclench, your breath deepen naturally. You can let these thoughts drift past without holding them. Sense that soothing heaviness enveloping you, like your consciousness slowly dimming its brightness, thoughts dissolving into the peaceful fog of approaching sleep, safe and undisturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. You're floating where memories rest safely in gentle darkness. Let your mind merge with infinite peace. And now we begin. Your dreams change during the holiday season in measurable ways. Sleep researchers studying REM patterns across the calendar year have found that December dreams often contain more emotional content, social interactions, and sensory details than dreams in other months. Studies show that REM sleep can be influenced by both seasonal light exposure and emotional intensity, both heightened during December. Brain imaging reveals increased activity in emotional processing centers during sleep following holiday experiences. This isn't imagination or cultural bias. Your sleeping brain literally processes holiday experiences differently, treating them as emotionally significant events worthy of deeper integration. The question that has fascinated neuroscientists is simple yet profound. Why would our dream systems respond so powerfully to cultural celebrations? The answer, as we'll discover, reveals something fundamental about how humans create meaning through shared emotional experiences. Holiday emotions form a distinct category in psychological research, different from everyday feelings. These are emotions triggered specifically by seasonal rituals, symbols, social gatherings, and temporal awareness that the year is ending. Research identifies several core holiday emotions: anticipatory excitement mixed with nostalgia, social pressure combined with genuine warmth, grief for absent loved ones alongside joy for present ones, and a unique temporal melancholy some researchers call year-end consciousness. What makes these emotions special is their layered quality. You're rarely feeling just one thing during holidays. Instead, you experience complex emotional blends that combine personal memory, cultural expectation, and present moment experience. Your brain doesn't have simple categories for these feelings, which is precisely why they require dream processing. During sleep, your mind works to integrate contradictory emotional experiences into coherent memory structures, and holiday emotions provide some of the richest, most complex material your dreaming brain encounters all year. One holiday smell triggers a cascade of memories spanning decades. Neuroscientists have demonstrated that seasonal sensory cues, pine scent, cinnamon, specific music, activate not single memories, but entire memory networks. When you smell sugar cookies baking, your olfactory cortex doesn't retrieve one memory. It activates dozens simultaneously, from age 4 to yesterday. This creates what researchers describe as memory reactivation cascades, where multiple memories from different time periods surface at once. Your adult self, your teenage self, your childhood self all respond to the same trigger, each with different emotional associations. During the following night's REM sleep, your brain must process this unusual state of simultaneous, multi-temporal emotional activation. Dreams become the workspace where your mind attempts to reconcile who you were across many Decembers with who you are now. This cascade effect explains why holiday dreams often feel like time travel, featuring deceased relatives, childhood homes, and present-day concerns, all mixed together in impossible but emotionally coherent narratives. Holiday emotions follow cultural scripts we absorb without awareness. Anthropologists studying emotional patterns across cultures have found that societies teach their members not just what to feel, but when and how to feel it. In Western cultures, December comes with an implicit emotional script. You should feel grateful, joyful, generous, nostalgic, and peacefully reflective. Research shows that people experience psychological stress when their actual emotions don't match these cultural expectations. You might feel anxious, lonely, or emotionally flat during holidays, then feel guilty for not feeling right. Your dreaming mind must process both the actual emotions you experienced and the cultural script telling you what you should have felt. This creates fascinating dream content, where your sleeping self often experiences the correct holiday emotions, as if your brain is rehearsing or compensating for daytime emotional dissonance. Dreams become a space where you can feel what you couldn't quite access while awake, helping to resolve the tension between cultural expectation and personal reality. Your brain has a dedicated network for processing nostalgia, and it lights up intensely during December. Brain imaging studies reveal that nostalgic memories activate a specific combination of regions: the hippocampus for memory retrieval, the prefrontal cortex for self-reflection, the reward system for pleasure, and areas associated with social bonding. Nostalgia isn't just remembering the past, it's feeling socially connected to who you were and who you were with. During holidays, this network becomes hyperactive as you encounter repeated triggers for nostalgic recall. Each carol heard, each familiar decoration seen, each traditional food tasted activates this complex brain system. By nighttime, your neural nostalgia network has been stimulated so frequently that REM sleep must process an unusual volume of socially connected, emotionally warm, temporally distant memories. Your dreams during this period often feature people from your past appearing in present circumstances, or childhood environments containing adult concerns. This isn't random dream confusion. It's your brain's sophisticated attempt to maintain continuity between your past social self and your current social identity during the one season when that connection feels most important. The sheer number of social interactions during holidays overwhelms your normal processing capacity. Human beings typically maintain stable social circles of about 15 close connections and 150 acquaintances, a pattern neuroscientists call Dunbar's number. During holidays, this natural limit gets compressed as you encounter dozens of extended family, old friends, co-workers, and casual acquaintances within days or weeks. Each interaction requires emotional processing, facial recognition, relationship assessment, and behavioral adaptation. Research shows that social processing areas of the brain show increased overnight activity during holiday weeks compared to normal months. Your dreams become crowded with faces and social scenarios, because your sleeping brain is working overtime to catalog and integrate an unusually high volume of social data. You might dream of people you haven't thought about in years, or find yourself in dreams where multiple social groups impossibly merge. Your childhood friends at your current workplace, for example. These aren't meaningless dreams. They're your brain's efficient strategy for processing social overflow by finding patterns and connections between different relationship categories. December carries unique temporal psychology. You're simultaneously looking backward and forward. Psychologists studying temporal cognition have found that the final month of the calendar year triggers what they call temporal bracketing, where people naturally review the past 12 months while anticipating the next 12. Research demonstrates that this dual temporal focus creates gentle cognitive work. You're remembering what happened this year, evaluating whether you met goals, assessing relationships, and simultaneously imagining who you want to become. During sleep, this material gets transferred to dream processing. Dreams, during late December, frequently contain temporal confusion, past events occurring in future settings, or future anxieties playing out in past locations. This temporal mixing isn't dream dysfunction. It's your brain's method for integrating year-end reflection with forward planning. Your dreaming mind is literally building bridges between the person you were in January and the person you're becoming, using emotional holiday experiences as the construction material. Gift-giving creates a specific anxiety pattern that infiltrates dreams. Anthropologists note that gift exchange is one of humanity's most ancient social technologies, creating bonds through reciprocal generosity. But modern holiday gift-giving carries intense social pressure. You must demonstrate care through object selection, spend appropriately for the relationship, and predict another person's desires accurately. Neuroscience research shows that gift-giving anxiety activates both social evaluation centers and resource concern centers in the brain simultaneously. You're worried about being judged inadequate while also concerned about spending resources. This creates a specific cognitive conflict your waking mind struggles to resolve. During REM sleep, your brain processes this anxiety through repeated dream scenarios involving gifts, exchanges, forgetting to buy presents, or giving wildly inappropriate items. These dreams aren't prophetic or random. They're exposure therapy conducted by your own sleeping mind, rehearsing social scenarios until the anxiety loses its sharp edge. People who experience gift-giving stress often report dreams where they're shopping endlessly, wrapping impossible objects, or discovering they've forgotten everyone's gift. These dreams serve a genuine function, practicing the social ritual until it feels manageable. Holiday sensory experiences receive preferential storage in your memory systems. Researchers studying memory formation have discovered that your brain doesn't treat all sensory input equally. Experiences accompanied by strong emotion, novelty, or social significance get tagged for deeper consolidation. During sleep, your hippocampus replays these tagged memories repeatedly, transferring them from short-term to long-term storage. Holiday experiences trigger all three significance markers simultaneously. They're emotionally rich, seasonally novel, and socially important. The smell of evergreen, the taste of specific foods, the sound of particular music, all receive enhanced processing. Studies show that sensory cortices remain unusually active during the first REM period after holiday gatherings, suggesting your brain prioritizes consolidating these multi-sensory memories. This is why you can recall the sensory details of childhood holidays with remarkable clarity decades later. Your dreaming brain during December is essentially creating permanent archives of sensory experience, building the nostalgic memories that will comfort you in future years. Each night of holiday season sleep is, in effect, recording the sensory encyclopedia that will make next December's memories feel connected to this one. Your brain uses holiday experiences to assess your sense of belonging. Evolutionary psychologists suggest that humans need to periodically evaluate their social position within groups. Belonging is not a static state, but something that requires ongoing assessment and maintenance. Holidays provide concentrated data points. Did people include you in gatherings? Did gift exchanges feel balanced? Did conversations feel genuine? Your waking mind experiences these interactions, but your dreaming mind performs the deeper analysis. Research demonstrates that REM sleep following social gatherings shows increased activity in regions associated with self-referential thinking and social understanding. Your dreams quietly process the evidence, comparing this year's holiday to last year's, evaluating whether relationships have strengthened or weakened, and generating emotional predictions about future belonging. Holiday dreams frequently feature themes of inclusion and exclusion, being lost at gatherings, or arriving late to family events. These aren't anxiety dreams. They're assessment dreams, your brain's way of processing social data to determine how secure your social bonds truly are. The holidays you experienced between ages 4 and 12 created neural templates that shape your dreams for life. Developmental psychologists have long understood that middle childhood is a critical period for emotional learning. But research shows that holiday experiences during these years create especially durable memory structures. Your childhood brain was still forming its understanding of family bonds, seasonal rhythms, anticipation, ritual, and joy. Holiday experiences provided vivid, multi-sensory training data for all these concepts. The neural pathways formed during those childhood Decembers remain active throughout your life, reactivating each holiday season. This is why your dreams during December often regress to childhood settings, childhood emotions, or childhood versions of family members. Your sleeping brain isn't being nostalgic or sentimental. It's actually accessing the foundational emotional templates that taught you what holidays mean. Even if your childhood holidays were difficult or painful, those templates persist. Your adult dreams may feature childhood holiday scenes mixed with current adult concerns, as your brain attempts to reconcile early emotional learning with present-day understanding. These dreams serve an integration function, helping your current self make peace with the emotional foundations laid decades ago. Holiday reality rarely matches holiday expectations, and this gap requires extensive dream processing. Consumer psychologists studying seasonal behavior note that advertising, media, and cultural messaging create an ideal holiday image that real experiences seldom match. Research shows that people report a consistent pattern: high expectations before holidays, followed by more modest reality during holidays, followed by nostalgia that remembers holidays more positively than they occurred. Your dreaming brain plays a role in this final phase. During REM sleep, your mind doesn't simply record what happened. It reconstructs experience to be more emotionally coherent. Disappointing holiday interactions get softened in memory. Awkward moments fade, and genuinely pleasant moments become highlighted. This isn't false memory. It's adaptive memory editing that allows you to maintain positive associations with seasonal rituals despite imperfect executions. Your holiday dreams are part of this editing process, rehearsing scenarios with alternative outcomes, emphasizing connection over conflict, and gradually transforming raw experience into the warm memories that will fuel next year's anticipation. This explains why you can dream about holidays feeling wonderful, even when the actual day contained stress or disappointment. Social media has added a new dimension to holiday emotions that significantly impacts dreams. Neuroscientists studying social comparison note that humans naturally evaluate their own lives by comparing them to others, an ancient survival mechanism for assessing social status. But traditional social comparison happened within visible communities where you could assess reality. Modern social media presents curated, idealized holiday experiences that create challenging comparison standards. Research found that viewing others' holiday posts activates brain regions associated with social threat and inadequacy. Your conscious mind might intellectually understand that social media isn't real life, but your unconscious emotional systems respond to the apparent evidence that everyone else has perfect celebrations. This creates a psychological burden. Holiday experiences feel inadequate not because they are, but because they're being compared to fictional ideals. During sleep, your brain must process this emotional dissonance. Holiday dreams increasingly feature themes of watching from outside, failing to achieve perfection, or experiencing anxiety about documentation and presentation. These dreams reflect your mind's attempt to resolve the tension between lived reality and perceived social expectations. The dream work happening during December sleep now includes processing not just your actual holiday, but your psychological response to everyone else's performed holidays. For many people, December contains conflicting, sacred, and secular emotional threads. Religious studies scholars note that Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and other December celebrations originally carried deep spiritual significance. But modern culture has added heavy commercial and social layers. Research shows that people often feel pulled between spiritual reflection and material consumption, between religious devotion and secular celebration, between sacred ritual and family obligation. This creates what psychologists call value conflict. Your behavior doesn't align clearly with your values because different values compete. Your waking mind might not consciously acknowledge this conflict, preferring to simply participate in all holiday aspects. But your dreaming mind must integrate these contradictory value systems. Holiday dreams often feature unusual juxtapositions, religious imagery mixed with shopping scenarios, sacred spaces transformed into party venues, or spiritual figures appearing in mundane contexts. These aren't blasphemous dreams or meaningless confusion. They're your brain's honest attempt to reconcile genuinely conflicting emotional and value systems that all demand attention during the same brief seasonal window. The dream work here is integration, finding a personal synthesis that honors multiple meanings simultaneously. Loss feels heavier during December, and this intensified grief profoundly affects dreams. Bereavement researchers have documented what they call anniversary reactions, emotional intensification around dates associated with loss. But holidays create ongoing anniversary reactions because their entire season's structured around family presence. Research shows that people who've lost close family members report that holiday grief isn't a single sharp pain, but a continuous awareness of absence. Every tradition performed, every family gathering attended, every familiar song heard reminds you of who's missing. Your waking mind might manage this grief through distraction, social performance, or deliberate coping strategies. Your dreaming mind processes it through deeper emotional work, helping you gradually adjust to celebrating holidays with loss woven into the fabric of presence. This dream work is healing, allowing you to practice continued connection despite permanent separation. Many people experience holidays as performances requiring sustained emotional labor. Sociologists studying emotional labor note that certain social roles require managing your displayed emotions to meet others' expectations, regardless of your genuine feelings. Holiday hosts, family peacekeepers, and those managing difficult family dynamics engage in continuous emotional performance, appearing happy, managing conflicts, creating atmosphere, facilitating others' enjoyment. Research demonstrates that this sustained emotional labor creates psychological fatigue and requires sleep recovery. During REM periods following holiday gatherings, Brain imaging shows increased activity in regions associated with self-monitoring and emotional regulation, suggesting your sleeping brain is processing the discrepancy between performed and felt emotions. Dreams during intense holiday periods often feature scenarios where the performance fails. You snap at family, forget hosting duties, or behave inappropriately. These aren't anxiety dreams about future failure. They're release dreams where your sleeping self gets to drop the performance and express what was suppressed. The brain appears to use dreams as a pressure valve, allowing authentic emotional expression in a safe, consequence-free mental space before you wake to perform again tomorrow. December combines psychological holiday intensity with biological seasonal changes that alter sleep architecture. Research in chronobiology, the study of biological rhythms, shows that winter's shorter days affect sleep in various ways. Reduced light exposure shifts circadian rhythms and can increase melatonin production earlier in the evening. Some people experience changes in REM timing and duration during winter months, though responses vary individually. This means that holiday emotions are being processed during sleep periods that are already altered by seasonal biology. The combination creates particularly vivid, emotionally intense dreams. Your December dreams aren't just more frequent than summer dreams. They're qualitatively different, carrying the influence of both cultural holiday intensity and biological winter adaptation. Your dreaming brain is simultaneously processing holiday emotions and managing seasonal mood regulation, which is why December dreams often feel more meaningful, more emotionally weighty, and more memorable than dreams in other months. The psychological and biological are working in parallel, both using your dreaming hours for processing. Holiday generosity creates a specific psychological tension between giving and scarcity. Behavioral economists studying gift giving note that holidays demand generosity precisely when many people feel resource strain. December brings expenses for gifts, travel, hosting, and celebrations, often requiring spending that exceeds monthly budgets. Research shows that financial stress activates brain regions associated with discomfort, yet cultural expectations demand you demonstrate love through material generosity. This creates what psychologists call approach avoidance conflict. You're simultaneously motivated to give and concerned about resource depletion. Your waking mind manages this through budgeting, justification, or denial. Your dreaming mind processes it more symbolically. Holiday dreams frequently contain themes of empty wallets, banks closing, being unable to pay, or having gifts disappear. These aren't prophetic financial anxiety dreams. They're your brain working through the genuine psychological paradox of how to be generous when you feel vulnerable. The dream work here involves reconciling two truths. Love requires generosity, but generosity can feel threatening. Your sleeping mind explores this paradox through symbol and metaphor, seeking resolution that allows you to give without feeling depleted, or to feel depleted without withdrawing love. Your brain actively rewrites holiday memories while they're still being formed. Memory researchers have discovered that human memory is not a recording system but a reconstruction system. Each time you recall an experience, your brain actually changes that memory slightly, influenced by your current emotional state and subsequent experiences. During holidays, this reconstruction happens in concentrated time. You experience a morning gathering, then recall and retell it that afternoon to someone who wasn't there, already beginning to reshape the memory. By evening, you might recount it again, further editing. That night, during sleep, your brain consolidates this edited version, not the original experience. Research shows that memories consolidate in the form they're recalled most frequently, not in their original form. This means your holiday memories are being collaboratively created by your waking storytelling and your sleeping consolidation. Dreams play a role in this creative process, adding emotional tone, emphasis, and narrative structure to otherwise fragmented experiences. By the time a holiday memory becomes stable, it has been reconstructed dozens of times, with dreams serving as the overnight editing sessions. This is why your memory of holidays feels so narrative and coherent, despite reality being chaotic. Your dreams have been turning experience into story while you sleep. Families navigate an annual tension between repeating traditions and creating new experiences. Anthropologists studying ritual note that traditions provide continuity, identity, and comfort, while innovation prevents stagnation and allows adaptation to changing family structures. December demands you balance these competing needs. Children want the same activities repeated, but families evolve as members age, relationships change, and circumstances shift. Research demonstrates that negotiating tradition versus change creates cognitive work, requiring you to hold multiple competing values simultaneously. Your waking decisions about holiday plans reflect this tension, but your dreaming brain processes it more abstractly. Holiday dreams often feature impossible combinations, childhood traditions occurring with current family members, deceased relatives at new locations, or familiar rituals in unfamiliar settings. These dreams aren't confused. They're your brain's elegant solution to an unsolvable problem. By combining past and present, tradition and innovation in dream space, your mind finds synthesis that waking logic cannot achieve. The dream is showing you what you can't consciously articulate, that tradition and innovation aren't opposites, but two aspects of continuity. Your sleeping mind is teaching your waking self how to honor the past while adapting to the present. For people navigating multiple cultural identities, December holidays become especially complex emotional territory. Sociologists studying multicultural families note that holiday celebrations are primary vehicles for cultural transmission, how families pass heritage to younger generations. But families with mixed cultural backgrounds, immigrant experiences, or interfaith partnerships must negotiate which traditions to follow, combine, or create new. Research shows that cultural identity questions intensify during holidays, creating what psychologists call identity negotiation. You're simultaneously trying to honor multiple cultural heritages, make meaning for yourself, and decide what to pass forward. This work continues during sleep. Dreams in multicultural contexts often feature cultural symbols mixing in ways that would be impossible in waking life. Celebrating multiple holiday traditions simultaneously, speaking multiple languages in the same dream conversation, or occupying multiple cultural identities at once. These dreams aren't confusion, they're integration. Your sleeping brain is doing work that waking consciousness finds difficult, holding multiple cultural truths simultaneously, finding synthesis between different heritage narratives, and creating a personal cultural identity that honors complexity rather than choosing simplicity. The dream is building the internal cultural landscape where you can genuinely belong to multiple traditions at once. Holiday perfectionism creates a specific cycle of striving, disappointment, and recovery that dreams must process. Psychologists studying perfectionism note that it's driven by fear of judgment and desire for control, both intensified during holidays when family observation is concentrated. Research shows that perfectionistic individuals experience holidays as high-stakes performances where any mistake confirms their feared inadequacy. You cook elaborate meals, design perfect aesthetics, manage everyone's experience, attempting to create the ideal celebration that will prove your worth. Inevitably, reality falls short. Food burns. Guests arrive late. Someone gets upset. Your waking mind might catastrophize these small failures. but your dreaming mind actually provides perspective. Holiday dreams for perfectionistic individuals often feature scenarios that start chaotic: decorations falling, food disasters, guests not arriving, but resolve into surprising contentment or discovery that the chaos doesn't matter. These dreams are corrective experiences. Your brain's attempt to teach your waking self what you intellectually know but emotionally don't believe. Imperfection is acceptable. Connection matters more than performance. And worth doesn't depend on executing holidays flawlessly. The dream is providing exposure therapy to your own perfectionism, allowing you to experience imperfect holidays in safe dream space before you can accept them in waking reality. Many adults experience psychological disorientation when they become the holiday creators rather than receivers. Developmental psychologists note a significant transition: the shift from experiencing holidays as a child, when adults create magic for you, to creating holidays as an adult, when you produce magic for others. Research identifies this as a major identity transition that happens gradually in your 20s and 30s. You're simultaneously mourning the loss of childhood wonder while attempting to recreate it for others, your own children, nieces and nephews, or simply preserving it for yourself. This creates complex emotional layering: nostalgia for received care, pressure to provide care, and grief for the magical thinking that made childhood holidays feel different. Your dreams during this life stage often feature role confusion. You're simultaneously child and parent in the dream, or you're an adult in childhood holiday scenarios with adult awareness and child emotions. These aren't simple regression dreams. They're your brain's sophisticated processing of identity transition. Your sleeping mind is helping you integrate two truths: you're still the child who wants magic, and you're now the adult who must create it. The dream space allows both identities to exist simultaneously, facilitating the psychological transition from recipient to provider. December feels simultaneously endless and instantly over, a temporal paradox that affects dream content. Psychologists studying time perception note that emotion distorts subjective time. Anticipation makes time feel slow. Absorption makes it feel fast. Holidays create both simultaneously. The weeks before feel stretched by anticipation. The days during feel compressed by activity. And afterward, there's often disbelief about how quickly it passed. Research demonstrates that this time, compression affects memory formation and dream incorporation. Because holiday events happen in rapid succession with high emotional intensity, your brain must compress an unusual amount of meaningful experience into consolidated memory in a short time period. Dreams become denser, packing more characters, scenes, and emotional shifts into single dream narratives than your dreams typically contain. You might wake from a holiday week dream feeling like you experienced an entire complex story, when dreams during less intense periods contain simpler, more sparse content. This density reflects your brain working overtime to process rapid-fire, meaningful experiences. Your sleeping mind is essentially fast-forwarding through memory consolidation because waking life provided so much material in such compressed time. So yes, holiday emotions are already changing your dreams in measurable ways. We've explored how December creates perfect conditions for intense dream activity. Memory cascades from sensory triggers, social density overwhelming normal processing, temporal bracketing as you review and preview, cultural scripts creating emotional dissonance, and seasonal biology altering sleep architecture itself. Your brain must process contradictory emotions, conflicting values, complex social data, and intense nostalgia all simultaneously. This is why holiday dreams feel different, more vivid, more emotional, more memorable. They're different because they're doing more work, integrating more complex material than your dreams typically handle. but we're only beginning to understand the deeper mechanisms. The question isn't just whether holiday emotions affect dreams. It's how they affect dreams, why evolution designed this connection, and what the dream work accomplishes that waking processing cannot. As we continue, we'll discover the specific ways your sleeping brain transforms holiday emotional experiences into lasting memories, adaptive learning, and ultimately, meaning. The answer is emerging. Holiday emotions don't just appear in dreams. They fundamentally alter how dreaming itself functions during December. Let's pause here and notice your mind. As you breathe out slowly, appreciate each thought that arises and dissolves. Your brain is working right now, sorting memories, filing emotions, deciding what to keep close and what to let drift further into the past. Notice the gentle sensations in your head, your thoughts becoming softer, your awareness becoming warmer. You are a consciousness exploring consciousness, thinking about thinking, dreaming about dreams. There's something peaceful in that paradox. Allow your thoughts to slow down like snow settling on a quiet December night. Each thought a flake landing softly, then melting into stillness. You're safe here in this exploration. Nothing requires your action. No emotion requires your defense. Now we continue deeper. Your dreaming brain is actively regulating emotions you couldn't process while awake. Research in sleep neuroscience has identified REM sleep's primary function as emotional memory consolidation, but studies reveal a more nuanced process. During REM, your brain replays emotional experiences, but with reduced stress hormone activity. Essentially, you're re-experiencing emotions with the stress system turned off. This allows you to process difficult feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Holiday emotions are particularly complex because they're mixed. Joy and grief, connection and loneliness, gratitude and resentment, all happening simultaneously. Your waking mind struggles with emotional ambivalence, wanting feelings to be simple and clear. But your dreaming mind excels at holding contradictions. Dreams during December often feature emotional combinations that seem strange upon waking: crying while happy, anxiety during peaceful scenes, or feeling comforted by something sad. These aren't confused dreams. They're sophisticated emotional processing where your brain is learning that opposite feelings can coexist, that love and frustration aren't mutually exclusive, and that bittersweet is actually a complete, valid emotion. The dream work is teaching emotional nuance. Holiday experiences get tagged with special markers that guarantee long-term storage. Memory scientists studying the hippocampus have discovered that not all experiences receive equal treatment during consolidation. Your brain uses a priority system, and research identifies 3 primary tags for preferential storage: emotional intensity, social significance, and narrative coherence. Holiday experiences trigger all 3 simultaneously. That family dinner wasn't just emotionally intense. It was socially significant and had clear narrative structure with beginning, middle, and end. During sleep, your hippocampus replays these triple-tagged memories repeatedly, ensuring they transfer from temporary to permanent storage. This is why you can recall specific holiday moments from childhood in vivid detail, while entire months of ordinary life have vanished from memory. Your brain was making deliberate archival decisions during childhood sleep, and those December nights created the memories that would last your lifetime. Even now, tonight, as you sleep after holiday experiences, your brain is deciding which moments become permanent fixtures in your autobiography and which fade into forgetting. Dreams are part of this selection process, rehearsing the memories your brain has decided are worth keeping forever. Dreams serve as social simulation software, and holidays provide intensive training data. Neuroscientists studying the social brain Note that humans devote enormous neural resources to modeling other people's minds, predicting what they think, feel, and might do. This ability, called theory of mind, requires constant practice and updating. Research suggests that REM sleep is when your brain runs social simulations, replaying interactions and generating variations to improve your predictive models. Holidays provide concentrated social data. You interact with diverse people across age ranges, navigate complex family dynamics, and manage multiple relationships simultaneously. That night, your dreaming brain replays these interactions but generates alternatives. What if you'd said something different? How would Uncle John react to other approaches? What was Grandma really thinking? These aren't idle fantasies. They're training simulations, improving your social intelligence. You might wake remembering dreams where conversations went differently than reality. And these feel like trivial dream distortions, but they're actually your brain conducting social experiments in safe dream space, learning from imagined variations of real interactions. The dream work is building more sophisticated models of the people in your life. Your dream cycles are recalibrating stress response systems that holiday intensity overactivated. Endocrinology research reveals that cortisol, your primary stress hormone, follows a circadian rhythm that's tightly linked to sleep cycles. Normally, cortisol drops during evening and night, allowing restorative processes, but holiday stress can dysregulate this rhythm. Social pressure, financial concern, family conflict, and time pressure all trigger cortisol release. Research shows that after high-stress days, REM sleep specifically works to re-establish healthy cortisol patterns. Dreams during these recovery periods often feature stress themes: being chased, losing things, running late. But these aren't adding more stress. They're actually habituating you to stress in a neurologically safe context. Your fear center is firing during these dreams, but your rational center knows you're asleep and safe. This combination trains your nervous system to respond to stress-related images and scenarios without full physiological panic response. Morning after morning of this dream exposure therapy gradually recalibrates your stress reactivity. By January, your nervous system has learned not to treat every social situation as a threat, partly because your dreams conducted dozens of stress rehearsals while your body was actually safe and resting. Your brain uses dreams to update your internal cultural schema based on current holiday experiences. Cognitive researchers study how humans maintain mental models of how things are done in their culture. These cognitive structures, called schemas, guide behavior automatically. Your holiday schema includes traditions, social roles, emotional expectations, and behavioral scripts. But schemas must periodically update to reflect changing reality. Research suggests that schema updating happens primarily during sleep. When your current holiday experience contradicts your schema, maybe family traditions have changed, or someone is absent, or new members have joined, you experience cognitive dissonance during the day. That night, your dreams replay the contradictory experience repeatedly, gradually adjusting your internal model. You might dream of the same holiday gathering multiple times across several nights, with small variations each time. This repetition isn't your brain being stuck. It's your brain carefully updating your expectations to match new reality. By the next holiday season, your updated schema will guide behavior smoothly because this December's dreams did the behind-the-scenes editing work. Your cultural knowledge is literally being rewritten during holiday sleep. Holiday dreams may involve processing family stories that happened before you were born. Memory researchers have discovered that you can form detailed memories of events you only heard about, especially family stories repeated during childhood. Holidays are prime contexts for family storytelling. Grandparents share memories. Parents recount past celebrations. And family history gets transmitted through narrative. Research shows that these stories, especially when repeated annually, create memory structures similar to actual experienced memories. During sleep, your brain treats these transmitted stories with care, consolidating them like personal experiences. Holiday stories repeated across years become woven into your own memory fabric. When you dream about events you only heard about, grandparents' holidays, parents' childhood celebrations, you're experiencing how family history becomes personal memory through repeated storytelling. This means your holiday dreams might feature events from your parents' childhood or earlier generations. The dream work is connecting you to family history, making you the carrier of memories that extend beyond your own lifetime. Dreams are how family stories become family legacy. Dreams generate what-if scenarios that help you learn from holidays without repeating them. Cognitive scientists studying counterfactual thinking, imagining alternatives to reality, have found that this ability is central to human learning and planning. You don't just remember what happened, you imagine what could have happened, extracting lessons from paths not taken. Research reveals that REM sleep is particularly active in generating counterfactuals. After a difficult holiday interaction, your waking mind might ruminate. I should have said X instead of Y. But rumination is often unproductive, creating anxiety without solutions. Your dreaming mind approaches the same situation differently. It generates multiple alternative versions of the interaction, playing out different choices with different outcomes. You wake not remembering these explorations as dreams, necessarily, but you've unconsciously learned from them. The next similar situation, you might respond more skillfully, drawing on lessons from dream simulations you don't even recall running. This is sophisticated learning machinery. Your brain extracts wisdom from holiday mistakes by exploring what different choices would have produced, all while you're sleeping. The dream work is turning experience into expertise. Holiday family interactions activate your core attachment patterns, and dreams work to process this activation. Developmental psychologists identify attachment patterns formed in early childhood that shape how you seek connection and respond to separation throughout life. Securely attached, people generally trust relationships. Anxiously attached, people fear abandonment. Avoidantly attached, people maintain distance. Holidays intensify these patterns because they involve concentrated time with primary attachment figures: parents, siblings, partners. Research demonstrates that attachment-related brain circuitry shows heightened activity during sleep following family gatherings. Dreams during this processing often recreate attachment scenarios: being separated from family, not being seen or heard, or alternately feeling deeply connected. These dreams aren't random. They're your brain examining the data from today's interactions through the lens of your deepest relationship patterns. If you're anxiously attached, you might dream of abandonment themes, even after pleasant holidays, because your attachment system is hypersensitive to any sign of potential disconnection. If you're avoidantly attached, you might dream of escape or distance, even when you felt overwhelmed by closeness. The dream work isn't creating these patterns, but processing current experience through existing patterns, sometimes reinforcing them, sometimes gradually shifting them towards security. You absorb others' emotions during holiday gatherings, and dreams help you differentiate which feelings are yours. Social neuroscience has documented emotional contagion, the automatic, unconscious mimicry of others' emotions. When you're in a room with anxious family, you become anxious. Around joyful children, you feel lighter. But this creates confusion. Which emotions originated in you? and which did you catch from others? Research shows that during sleep, your brain reviews emotional experiences with a question. Whose emotion was this? Dreams replay social interactions, but with shifted perspective, sometimes placing you in other people's positions, sometimes giving you emotional reactions different from what you actually felt. This perspective shifting helps your brain sort emotional experience. This anxiety came from Aunt Martha's stress. This joy was genuinely mine. This irritation I was mirroring from Dad. The morning after intense gatherings, you often wake with clearer sense of your own emotional truth, distinct from the emotional atmosphere you were immersed in. This isn't just helpful for self-knowledge. It's necessary for maintaining emotional boundaries. Dreams are teaching you emotional discernment, helping you understand yourself as separate from even the people you're closest to. Holiday experiences temporarily recalibrate your brain's reward system, and dreams help stabilize it. Neuroscientists studying dopamine, your primary reward neurotransmitter, have found that it responds to novelty, social connection, sensory pleasure, and anticipation fulfillment cycles. Holidays trigger all these simultaneously. Novel experiences, concentrated social time, special foods, and the resolution of long anticipation. Research shows that this creates temporary reward system hypersensitivity. You feel more pleasure than usual, but afterward, normal life feels duller by comparison. This is the psychological letdown many people experience in January. During sleep throughout December, your brain is running recalibration cycles. Dreams during this period often feature reward-related content, seeking something, finding treasure, experiencing pleasure, or alternately, not finding what you're looking for. These dreams aren't wish fulfillment. They're your reward system, practicing responsiveness to normal life rewards while coming down from holiday intensity. The dream work is helping you return to baseline sensitivity so everyday pleasures feel satisfying again. Without this dream recalibration, you'd experience post-holiday depression more severely, as your reward system would reject normal life as insufficiently stimulating. Dreams are actively constructing the autobiographical narrative that will define last holiday in your life story. Memory researchers distinguish between episodic memory, remembering specific events, and autobiographical memory, your life story narrative. Holidays are peak autobiographical moments. They become chapters in how you understand your life's progression. Research reveals that autobiographical memory construction happens primarily during sleep, as your brain selects which specific episodes become representative of time periods. After a week of holiday experiences, your brain must decide which dinner becomes the dinner you remember. Which conversation represents the holiday? Which moment captures the emotional essence? Dreams make these editorial decisions. You might have 5 family gatherings, but your dreams replay one scene repeatedly, essentially voting that this moment should represent the season. By February, if asked about your holidays, you'll recall the scenes your dreams chose, even if objectively other moments were equally significant. This isn't distortion, it's necessary compression. Your brain cannot store everything, so it creates representative memories that preserve emotional truth while discarding redundant detail. Your dreams are editing your autobiography, making narrative sense of raw experience. Dreams use holiday experiences to prepare you for future social challenges. Evolutionary psychologists propose that dreaming evolved partially as threat simulation. Your brain practices responses to potential dangers. But research extends this theory. Dreams simulate not just threats, but opportunities and social challenges. After navigating complex holiday family dynamics, Your brain has collected valuable data about human behavior, conflict resolution, emotional management, and social coordination. Dreams take this data and generate future scenarios. What if next year someone is sick? What if new in-laws join? What if difficult conflicts emerge? By simulating these situations during sleep, your brain is essentially creating a library of pre-planned responses. You're building social flexibility and resilience through imaginal rehearsal. This is why people often handle later challenges more gracefully than initial ones. They've already faced hundreds of variations in dream space. The dream work is preparing you for an uncertain future by generating many possible futures and practicing adaptive responses to each. Holidays are training ground, and dreams are where the training gets consolidated into transferable skills. Your dreams are attempting to answer an unanswerable question. What did these holidays mean? Psychologists studying meaning-making describe it as the human drive to understand experiences in terms of values, growth, and identity. Holidays carry cultural instruction to find meaning. You should feel grateful, closer to family, reflective about the year, hopeful about the future. But meaning isn't given. It must be personally constructed. Research demonstrates that meaning-making happens largely unconsciously during sleep. Dreams take the raw material of holiday experiences and generate interpretations. Maybe that awkward dinner actually revealed something important about family bonds. Maybe gift-giving anxiety reflected deeper concerns about worth. Maybe nostalgic feelings pointed toward values you want to prioritize. Dreams offer these interpretations through metaphor and symbol, not through direct statement. You might dream of a bridge appearing where there was none, your brain suggesting that connection is still possible. You might dream of opening an empty box, perhaps suggesting that material giving felt hollow. These symbolic offerings aren't definitive answers, but invitations to understanding. The dream work is meaning-making in process, offering your waking self possible frameworks for making sense of complex emotional experiences. Holiday dreams are asking and answering, who am I in my family? Who am I becoming? Developmental psychologists note that identity formation isn't completed in adolescence, but continues throughout life, requiring periodic reassessment. Holidays force this reassessment because they highlight your position in family structure and life stage. Research shows that dreams following family gatherings contain significantly more self-referential content than ordinary dreams. You're the main character more consistently, and the dreams explore your roles, relationships, and position. If you're the responsible one, dreams might explore what would happen if you weren't. If you're the youngest, dreams might age you up. If you're child-free among parents, dreams might explore that alternative reality. These aren't wish fulfillment fantasies. They're identity exploration chambers, where your brain tries on different versions of self. The dream work is helping you understand whether your current identity fits comfortably or whether growth or change might be needed. By January, you often have clearer sense of who you are and who you're becoming, not because of conscious reflection, but because your dreams spent December exploring identity questions you didn't even know you were asking. Your brain's deepest drive is completing patterns, and holiday dreams are finishing stories that waking life left incomplete. Neuroscience reveals that brains are prediction machines, constantly anticipating what comes next based on recognized patterns. But holidays are full of interrupted patterns, conversations cut short, unfinished conflicts, intentions not enacted, feelings unexpressed. Research demonstrates that the sleeping brain experiences unfinished patterns as tension seeking resolution. Dreams complete these patterns through symbolic or literal resolution, that argument you walked away from. Your dream might give it an ending, the thank you forgot to say. Your dream might generate that conversation, The connection you wanted but didn't achieve. Your dream might create it. These completions serve psychological functions, even though they're fictional. Your brain doesn't distinguish sharply between imagined and actual completion. Both satisfy the pattern completion drive. This is why you can sometimes wake feeling resolved about something that never actually resolved. Your dream quietly finished the story while you slept. The pattern is complete, the tension released, and you can move forward. You're still here with me, thoughts still flickering like candlelight in the gentle dark. Just notice. Don't judge. Just notice where your mind is right now. Maybe you're feeling drowsy, maybe still alert. Both are perfectly fine. We're exploring consciousness itself, the very thing doing the exploring right now. Strange, beautiful, and perfectly calm. If this feels like something someone you care about might need tonight, perhaps pass it along softly. One quiet share, helping another restless mind find peace. Let's drift onward together. Not everyone dreams holiday emotions the same way, and neuroscience is beginning to understand why. Brain imaging studies reveal that dream content and intensity vary based on individual differences in neural architecture. Research has identified several factors that predict holiday dream characteristics: baseline anxiety levels, attachment style, memory capacity, and even specific variations in neurotransmitter receptor genes. Two people can attend the same holiday gathering but have entirely different dream responses that night. Someone with anxiety-prone temperament might process holiday social stress through anxious chase dreams. Someone with secure attachment might dream peaceful family scenes. Someone with exceptional memory might dream in vivid sensory detail, while someone else dreams more abstractly. These aren't differences in dream quality, but differences in individual brain processing styles. Your holiday dreams reflect not just the holidays themselves, but who you are. Your unique neural signature interpreting shared experience through your personal lens. There's no right way to dream holidays. Your dreams are doing exactly the work your specific brain needs them to do. Holiday dreams vary dramatically across cultures, revealing how deeply culture shapes unconscious processing. Anthropologists studying dream content across societies find that while all humans dream, the themes, symbols, and emotional tone differ significantly by cultural context. Research compared holiday season dreams across multiple cultures. Western Christmas dreams featured themes of gift-giving, family gathering, a nostalgic return home. Chinese New Year dreams emphasized renewal, prosperity symbols, and ancestor presence. Diwali dreams included light imagery and spiritual purification themes. These aren't superficial differences. They show that culture shapes how your unconscious mind processes emotional experiences. The symbols your dreams use, the conflicts they explore, and the resolutions they offer are all culturally constructed. Your dreams speak the symbolic language of your culture. Even more fascinating, second-generation immigrants often dream in hybrid symbols, mixing heritage culture and current culture in ways that would be impossible in waking thought. Dreams are where cultural identity gets negotiated, especially during holidays when both heritage and current culture make simultaneous demands. What you think about before sleep significantly influences how holidays appear in dreams. Sleep scientists studying dream content formation find that pre-sleep cognition acts as priming. Thoughts just before sleep are more likely to appear in dreams, but research reveals something more nuanced. It's not just what you think about, but how you think about it. If you ruminate anxiously about holiday conflicts before sleep, your dreams often make those conflicts worse, creating scenarios with more intense confrontation. This seems counterintuitive. Shouldn't dreams resolve problems? But your brain is actually trying to help. By intensifying the conflict in dreams, it's conducting exposure therapy, helping you build tolerance for the anxiety the situation creates. Alternatively, if you deliberately recall positive holiday moments before sleep, dreams tend to elaborate those scenes, creating variations that enhance positive emotion. This suggests you have some influence over your dream processing, not by controlling dreams directly, but by choosing pre-sleep focus. The emotional tone you carry into sleep becomes the emotional raw material your dreams work with. This is why gratitude practices before bed often lead to more pleasant dreams. You're literally feeding your dream system different emotional ingredients. For people with difficult holiday histories, dreams can become nightmares that replay trauma. Trauma researchers note that holidays are triggering times for anyone with family-related trauma, abuse survivors, people who've experienced holiday losses, those from severely dysfunctional families. Research shows that trauma-related nightmares increase during holiday seasons for these populations. The nightmares aren't new traumas. They're old traumas being reactivated by holiday cues. Your brain's threat detection system becomes hypervigilant during times that historically meant danger, even if current holidays are safe. These nightmares serve a different function than normal holiday dreams. Instead of consolidating pleasant memories or processing normal emotional complexity, they're warning signals. Your nervous system remembering past danger and staying alert. The nightmares are actually protective, even though they're distressing. They're your brain refusing to let you become too relaxed in a context it has learned might be dangerous. Healing from holiday trauma often requires specialized work, where therapy helps reprocess traumatic memories so they can eventually be stored in normal memory networks rather than remaining in hyperactivated threat memory. Dreams shift from nightmare warning to normal processing as healing progresses. Modern holidays include a digital dimension that previous generations never processed. 21st century holiday experience now includes social media comparison, video call participation with distant family, digital photography documentation, and online shopping stress. Research examines how digital holiday experiences differ from physical ones and how this affects dreams. Interestingly, dreams rarely include realistic technology. You don't dream of scrolling social media or video call interfaces. Instead, digital experiences get translated into more ancient dream symbolism. Social media comparison becomes dreams of watching gatherings from outside or being invisible at parties. Video calls with distant family become dreams of hearing voices without seeing speakers or feeling close to someone physically far away. Digital shopping stress becomes dreams of endless searching or empty stores. Your dreaming brain is taking 21st century experiences and processing them through ancient symbolic systems. The digital layer of holidays creates new emotional content, but your dreams translate it into timeless human themes: belonging, separation, comparison, abundance, scarcity. This translation work helps integrate radically new experiences into your evolutionary ancient emotion processing systems. How you dream holidays changes across your lifespan in predictable patterns. Developmental psychologists studying dreams across age groups find that holiday dream content shifts as you age, reflecting changing psychological needs and life positions. Research tracked holiday dreams across 7 age groups from childhood through old age. Children's holiday dreams focus on wonder, magic, gifts, and Santa, processing the holiday mythology that structures their emotional world. Adolescent dreams shift to peer presence and identity concerns. Who am I during family holidays? Young adult dreams feature logistical stress and the responsibility transition, becoming the holiday creator. Middle-age dreams often include themes of tradition, maintenance, and intergenerational connection, bridging past and future. Older adult dreams frequently feature life review, integrating entire lifetime of holidays into coherent meaning. Your holiday dreams right now reflect not just this December, but where you are in your life journey. The questions your dreams explore are the questions your life stage makes most relevant. As you age, your holiday dreams will shift focus, processing the same seasonal experiences through different developmental lenses. People in close relationships often have strangely correlated holiday dreams. Sleep researchers have documented dream convergence in couples, where partners report similar themes or symbols in their independent dreams. A study specifically examined this phenomenon during holidays. Couples who spend intense time together during holiday periods show increased dream correlation, not identical dreams, but parallel themes. If one partner dreams of family conflict, the other often dreams of conflict in a different context. If one dreams of gift-giving anxiety, the other dreams of performance pressure. This correlation seems to reflect emotional attunement. Partners unconsciously pick up each other's emotional states and process shared experiences from aligned perspectives. However, the correlation isn't always positive. If one partner experiences holiday stress, their emotional state can influence the other's dream content, even if the second partner isn't consciously stressed. Dreams are revealing the unconscious emotional synchronization that happens between people who share lives. Holiday stress in one person can become holiday anxiety dreams in both. This is why managing your own holiday emotional health often improves your partner's experience. You're emotionally connected even in sleep. Not all holiday experiences successfully consolidate into memory, and dreams reveal which ones fail. Memory researchers know that sleep-dependent memory consolidation doesn't work perfectly. Some experiences never transfer to long-term storage, despite dreaming. Studies examined why some holiday moments become permanent memories while others vanish. The factors are emotional distinctiveness and personal relevance. Experiences that are emotionally similar to many others, another pleasant dinner, another gift exchange, often fail to consolidate because your brain doesn't distinguish them from existing memories. Experiences that are personally irrelevant, social obligations you attended without genuine engagement, also fail to consolidate because your brain prioritizes information useful for future behavior. Dreams work with material your brain has flagged as worth keeping. If dreams don't incorporate certain holiday experiences, it's often because your unconscious assessment determined they weren't meaningful enough to preserve. This is why you can sometimes struggle to recall holiday details a month later. Your dreams never processed them because your brain decided they weren't worth the consolidation effort. The forgetting isn't failure. It's efficient information management. Your dreams carefully select what becomes permanent, and equally carefully allow the unmemorable to fade. Some people experience lucid dreams during holidays, awareness that you're dreaming while still dreaming. Lucid dream researchers note that emotional intensity and irregular sleep schedules both increase lucid dream probability, and holidays provide both. Research found that lucid dreaming frequency increases during holiday weeks. When you become lucid during a holiday dream, you have unusual opportunities for psychological work. You can consciously choose to approach dream family members you're in conflict with and attempt resolution. You can experiment with expressing feelings you've suppressed. You can explore what it would feel like to release expectations or perfectionism. Lucid holiday dreams offer a kind of psychological laboratory where you can try approaches to relationships or emotions that feel too risky in waking life. Some people report that lucid dream experiences during holidays actually improve subsequent waking interactions. The dream practice transferred to real behavior. However, lucid dreaming isn't necessary for dreams to be therapeutic. Non-lucid dreams accomplish the same psychological work. just without your conscious participation. Lucidity offers conscious control, but not necessarily better processing. Your unconscious often knows better than your conscious mind what psychological work needs doing. Halfway through our journey, the answer is becoming clearer, though more complex than simple causation. Holiday emotions don't just affect your dreams. They transform dreaming itself into specialized processing. Your sleeping brain during December is running different programs than it runs in June. More intensive memory consolidation, more complex emotional regulation, more social simulation, more identity exploration, more meaning-making. But we're also seeing that this isn't universal or simple. Individual differences, cultural contexts, life stages, relationship patterns, and personal histories all modulate how holiday emotions appear in dreams. The brain is simultaneously running universal human programs. We all process social bonds and seasonal rituals, and highly personalized programs, your unique history and neural architecture. The next sections will explore the deeper evolutionary and psychological reasons why dreams and holiday emotions are so interconnected, and ultimately, what this connection means for understanding consciousness itself. The mechanism is becoming clear. Now we need to understand the purpose. Take a moment to notice time itself. Breathe slowly and realize time is yours, a separate stream that only you are living. While the world continues spinning, changing, moving, this second you're breathing right now is unique. December is ending, another year folding into memory. But this present moment belongs only to you. Feel yourself suspended between what was and what will be. Your past selves, the child you were, the younger adult, all the versions of you, they all led to this moment. And your future selves will look back at right now someday with tenderness. You're always in the middle of your story, never quite at the beginning or end, always suspended in the present that becomes past even as you notice it. Let that be okay. Let time move at its own pace while you rest here, timeless in your own awareness. Now we continue through the second half of our journey. Evolution designed human consciousness to respond intensely to seasonal transitions, and dreams are part of that design. Evolutionary psychologists propose that seasonal awareness provided survival advantage for ancestral humans, knowing when to migrate, when to store food, when to prepare for harsh conditions. Research argues that holidays are modern cultural expressions of ancient seasonal marking behaviors. Our ancestors held winter solstice rituals, harvest celebrations, and seasonal gatherings that strengthened group bonds before difficult periods. Dreams during these seasons helped consolidate group knowledge, reinforce social relationships, and prepare psychologically for seasonal challenges ahead. Modern holiday dreams may seem to serve no survival function. What adaptive value does dreaming about gift-giving have? But the underlying mechanism is ancient. Intensive dream processing during seasonal transitions helps you mark time, strengthen social bonds, and prepare for what comes next. Your December dreams are using your brain's evolutionary programming that's hundreds of thousands of years old, now processing 21st century cultural content through ancient mechanisms. The form is modern, the function is timeless. You must re-experience emotions during dreams for them to be properly processed and stored. Neuroscience research reveals that emotional memories aren't stored as facts, but as patterns of neural activation that recreate the feeling. Research suggests that memory consolidation requires reactivation. Your brain must fire the same neural patterns during sleep that fired during the original experience. This means holiday emotions must be felt again during dreams for memories to form properly. You're not just remembering joy. You're feeling joy again. You're not remembering connection. You're feeling connected again, to dream representations of loved ones. This is why dreams feel emotionally real, even when logically impossible. Your brain is genuinely generating emotional states, not just thinking about emotions. This reactivation serves multiple purposes. It reinforces the neural pathways that will allow future recall. It allows the emotion to be experienced without the original triggering situation. And it gives your brain opportunity to modify emotional intensity, strengthening positive emotions and weakening negative ones. Dreams aren't simply reviewing holidays. They're sculpting how you'll emotionally remember them. Dreams actively maintain your social bonds during periods of separation. Anthropologists note that human social groups historically lived in close proximity year-round, but modern life involves long separations from extended family, with holidays providing brief reunion periods. Research demonstrates that during separation periods, you dream more frequently about distant loved ones, and these dreams are emotionally positive more often than not. Your brain is essentially keeping relationships warm during absence. After intense holiday togetherness, followed by departure and return to daily life, your dreams continue featuring family members for weeks. You're not just missing them consciously. Your sleeping brain is actively maintaining mental models of these people, keeping neural representations of relationships active and warm. This serves genuine function. When you reunite next year, you won't feel as disconnected because your dreams kept the relationship alive in your internal world. This is particularly important for long-distance families. Dreams are relationship maintenance tools, allowing social bonds to survive separation by keeping the neural networks that represent those bonds actively firing, even when the people themselves are far away. Your dreaming brain tracks relationship trajectories across multiple years. Dreams compare not just this December to last, but patterns across many Decembers. Is family growing closer or more distant? Are traditions strengthening or fading? These longitudinal assessments happen during sleep, informing your waking feelings about whether relationships are thriving or need attention. Dreams often juxtapose different time periods, mixing this year's celebration with memories from previous years. These aren't confused memories. They're sophisticated temporal comparisons. Your brain is asking, what's the trajectory here? The answers your dreaming brain generates inform your future choices unconsciously. If dreams reveal a pattern of increasing disconnection, you might unconsciously prioritize relationship repair. If dreams show deepening bonds, you feel more secure. Your dreams are running analysis on your most important relationships, using holidays as annual data points. Holiday anxiety dreams are actually protective rehearsals, preparing you for potential social challenges. Anxiety disorder researchers have found that not all anxiety is harmful. Appropriate anxiety helps you prepare for genuinely challenging situations. Research distinguishes between productive and unproductive anxiety. Productive anxiety motivates preparation and skill building. Dreams containing holiday anxiety often fall into this category. When you dream about forgetting gifts, burning dinner, or family conflict, your brain isn't tormenting you. It's rehearsing challenges you might face. These rehearsals serve several functions. They desensitize you to worst-case scenarios, so you're less reactive if problems arise. They allow your brain to generate and evaluate response strategies, and they motivate you to take preventive action. People who have moderate holiday anxiety dreams often report feeling more prepared and less stressed during actual events. The dreams aren't predicting disaster. They're practicing disaster management, so you feel competent rather than overwhelmed. Your anxiety dreams are coaching sessions, with your own brain as the somewhat intense but ultimately helpful coach. Dreams don't just process negative emotions. They actively amplify positive ones, particularly gratitude. Positive psychology researchers studying gratitude formation note that grateful feelings often intensify in the days following positive experiences, rather than being strongest during the experience itself. Studies reveal that REM sleep plays a role in this delayed amplification. During dreams, your brain replays positive holiday moments, but with enhanced emotional coloring. Warm interactions feel warmer in memory than they did in reality. Kind gestures feel more significant. Connection feels deeper. This isn't false memory. It's adaptive memory enhancement. By amplifying positive emotional aspects of experiences, your brain increases the psychological benefits you derive from relationships. A dinner that felt pleasant becomes remembered as deeply connecting. A small kindness becomes a treasured gesture. Your dreams are essentially optimizing the emotional return on investment from social interactions. This amplification serves important functions. It reinforces relationships by making them feel more rewarding than their moment-to-moment reality. And it builds psychological reserves of positive emotion you can draw on during difficult times. Your dreams are making you more grateful than you naturally would be, which paradoxically makes you genuinely happier. Holiday dreams help integrate different versions of yourself that holiday contexts activate. Identity researchers note that humans don't have singular, consistent identities, but multiple context-dependent selves. Your professional self, your intimate partner self, your parent self, your child to your own parent's self. Normally, these selves occupy different contexts and don't meet, but holidays force their coexistence. You're simultaneously the adult professional and the child to your aging parents, the responsible parent and the sibling rival, the independent individual and the family member. Research shows that this identity complexity creates integration challenges that dreams address. Holiday dreams often feature impossible self-combinations. You're simultaneously adult and child, caretaker and cared for, responsible and free. These dream identities aren't confused. They're integrative. Your brain is asking, how do all these selves fit together? What's the connecting thread? Who is the I that contains all these versions? Dreams during holidays are philosophical in the deepest sense. They're exploring the fundamental question of self-continuity despite multiple, contradictory role identities. The resolution your dreams offer isn't logical, but holistic. You are all these selves, and the contradictions don't need resolving, only accepting. The intense nostalgia you dream during holidays is actually helping you build your future. This seems paradoxical. Nostalgia is about the past, not the future. But research demonstrates that nostalgia serves forward-looking functions. Nostalgic memories provide psychological resources. They remind you that you've felt joy before and can again. They connect you to enduring relationships that have survived years. They give you models of meaningful experiences to recreate. Dreams rich in nostalgic content are essentially building hope. By replaying past holidays that felt warm and connected, your brain is implicitly promising you, this feeling is available. You've had it before. You can have it again. This motivates relationship investment and tradition maintenance. Even more interestingly, nostalgic dreams often feature the past, but with elements of present concern woven in. Childhood holidays, but with current family members, or offering guidance about present situations. Your dreaming mind is using the past as a foundation to imagine better futures. Nostalgia dreams aren't escape from present. They're the raw material for constructing the future emotional landscape you want to inhabit. Holiday dreams are where forgiveness begins, often before conscious awareness. Family relationships inevitably include hurt, disappointment, and conflict. Holidays concentrate family time, which can either heal or exacerbate these wounds. Forgiveness researchers studying the psychological process note that forgiveness isn't a single decision but a gradual shift involving emotional reprocessing. Research identifies that dream content can predict forgiveness progress. Before conscious forgiveness, people often begin dreaming about the person who hurt them in more neutral or even positive scenarios. The dream content shifts from reenacting the hurt to exploring the relationship's history, to imagining alternative outcomes, to eventually featuring cooperation or reconciliation. These dream progressions aren't conscious choices. They're your brain spontaneously reprocessing the relationship. The dreams are asking, can I hold the hurt and the humanity of this person simultaneously? Can past harm coexist with present connection? Is there a way forward that honors both my pain and my love? By the time you consciously decide to forgive, your dreams have often done months of preparatory work, gradually shifting the emotional tone of the relationship representation in your mind. Forgiveness begins in sleep. December dreams help clarify your life purpose by showing you what you value. Existential psychology explores how humans create meaning and purpose in lives that have no predetermined meaning. Holidays serve as annual checkpoints where you unconsciously evaluate whether your life aligns with your values. Research finds that holiday season dreams contain more meaning-related content than dreams in other months. You dream about legacy, impact, what matters, what you want to be remembered for. These aren't dramatic, existential crisis dreams. They're subtle value clarification explorations. You might dream about spending time with children and wake realizing family time needs prioritization. You might dream about missed opportunities and recognize career dissatisfaction. You might dream about remembered values you've drifted from. Dreams don't tell you your purpose explicitly. They show you through symbolic narrative what moves you, what feels meaningful, what you grieve not having enough of. By paying attention to emotional resonance in holiday dreams, you can detect value alignment or misalignment that your conscious mind might rationalize away. Your dreams are honest about what matters to you in ways your waking self sometimes isn't. Year-end holiday dreams often contain subtle mortality awareness as you process another year passing. Psychological research on mortality awareness, how humans cope with life's finite nature, has found that year-end periods naturally trigger reflection on time passing. December, as the calendar year closes, can heighten awareness that time moves forward and life is limited. This isn't morbid. It's reality-based wisdom. Holiday dreams during late December often contain temporal themes: clocks, calendars, seasons changing, aging family members, childhood memories now impossibly distant. These dream elements represent your unconscious wrestling with time's passage. The dream work here is acceptance, helping you integrate the reality that life moves forward. People age, opportunities close, and time cannot be reclaimed. This awareness, properly processed, leads to what psychologists call mortality wisdom, making present choices based on finite time rather than pretending you have unlimited future. Your dreams are gently teaching you that each December is precious because there are limited Decembers, and this awareness should inform how you spend them. The dreams aren't frightening you. They're waking you up to urgency, disguised as holiday sentiment. Dreams help you understand your parents as people, not just as parents, particularly during holidays. Developmental psychologists note a major psychological transition in adulthood, seeing parents as human beings with their own struggles, not as the idealized or demonized figures of childhood. Holidays accelerate this shift because you observe parents in extended time, notice their aging, see their limitations. Research shows that adult children's dreams about parents shift in content around holiday time, less about childhood dynamics, more about parents' independent personhood. You might dream about your parents' childhoods, imagine their youth, or see them vulnerable or uncertain. These dreams reflect emerging compassion and understanding. Your sleeping brain is remodeling the parent representation in your mind from authority figure to fellow human on life's journey. This remodeling is psychologically important. It allows you to have adult relationships with aging parents rather than remaining stuck in childhood relationship patterns. Dreams are facilitating this transition by generating narratives that humanize parents, showing them as once young, as vulnerable, as doing their best with limited resources. By the time you consciously perceive your parents differently, your dreams have already been reconstructing the relationship for months. Your dreams help you understand why traditions matter, beyond their surface purpose. Anthropologists studying ritual explain that traditions serve multiple functions. They create continuity across time, mark identity, generate shared experience, and transmit values between generations. But traditions can feel empty or burdensome if you perform them without understanding their deeper meaning. Research shows that dreams often reveal the hidden meaning of traditions you practice. You might dream about a specific family tradition, but in unusual context that reveals its function. A meal preparation tradition might appear in a dream about connection and care. A gift exchange tradition might appear in dreams about reciprocity and belonging. Holiday game traditions might appear in dreams about playfulness and joy. The dreams aren't explaining traditions intellectually. They're showing you emotionally what the tradition accomplishes. This dream-extracted meaning helps you value traditions genuinely rather than performing them out of obligation. Once you understand what a tradition does for the family system emotionally, you can participate more authentically. Or if the tradition no longer serves meaningful function, you can release it without guilt. Dreams are tradition interpreters, translating ritual actions into emotional understanding. Dreams repair disappointment by creating the emotional experience you wanted but didn't get. Reality rarely matches expectations, and holiday disappointment is nearly universal. Gatherings that felt flat, gifts that missed the mark, connection that didn't happen. Disappointment isn't just sadness. It's the gap between anticipated and actual experience. Research reveals that dreams don't just process disappointment, they sometimes compensate for it. After disappointing holidays, people often dream improved versions. The party is more fun, the gift exchange feels warmer. Connection happens naturally. These aren't wish fulfillment fantasies. They're emotional correction. Your brain is providing the emotional experience your anticipation was expecting, even though reality didn't deliver. This serves genuine psychological function. It prevents the disappointment from becoming despair. By allowing yourself to feel the joy or connection in dream space, you maintain hope that future holidays could deliver what this one didn't. The dreams are essentially saying, the feeling you wanted is real and available. It just didn't happen this time. Your longing is valid, and the dream is honoring that longing by letting you feel what you wanted to feel. This makes disappointment bearable rather than crushing. We now understand that holiday emotions affect dreams because dreaming is how humans process everything emotionally complex, socially significant, and personally meaningful. Holidays concentrate emotional complexity, social significance, and personal meaning into brief windows. Your brain would need specialized processing for this intensity regardless. Dreams are that specialized processing. What makes holiday dreams distinctive isn't that emotions appear in them, but the density, diversity, and contradiction of emotions they must hold simultaneously. You're processing joy and grief, connection and loneliness, nostalgia and hope, gratitude and resentment, love and frustration all at once. No waking cognitive process can hold these contradictions. Your conscious mind wants simplicity, clarity, singular emotions. Only dreams can hold paradox without resolution. Only the symbolic, metaphorical, non-linear logic of dreams can say, you love someone you're also frustrated with. You're grateful for what you also resent. You long for past that contained pain. You hope for future you fear won't come. Dreams don't resolve these contradictions. They hold them as complete truth. This is the deep answer to why holiday emotions affect dreams. Because dreams are the only mental space large enough to contain the complete emotional truth of human relationships and rituals. Holiday dreams serve therapeutic functions without needing therapists. Psychotherapy research examines how emotional healing happens, and dream content often mirrors therapeutic process. Studies tracked dream content in people processing difficult holiday experiences. The dream themes progressed in predictable therapeutic sequences. Initial dreams reenact problems. Middle dreams explore perspectives and alternatives. Later dreams integrate understanding and acceptance. This progression matches evidence-based therapy techniques like exposure, cognitive reframing, and acceptance commitment. Your brain is apparently running its own therapy during sleep, addressing emotional challenges through the same process trained therapists use. Exposure to difficulty, exploration of alternatives, reframing of meaning, and acceptance of reality. This doesn't mean therapy is unnecessary. Clinical support helps with severe difficulties, but it reveals that human brains have inherent healing capacities that activate during sleep. Your dreams are your own internal therapist, offering you slightly different versions of difficult experiences, gently nudging you toward new perspectives, and ultimately helping you make peace with what cannot be changed. This has been true throughout human history, long before professional therapy existed. Dreams are ancient healing technology. Holiday dreams rehearse the social roles you'll need to perform throughout the coming year. Sociologists studying role transitions note that significant role changes, becoming a parent, losing a parent, retirement, marriage, divorce, require psychological preparation and identity adjustment. Holidays often mark these transitions publicly. The first holiday as a parent, the first without someone you've lost, the first in a new relationship. Research demonstrates that dreams following holiday role transitions contain extensive role rehearsal content. New parents dream about parenting scenarios, working through anxieties and practicing caregiving. People who've lost parents dream about functioning without that relationship, exploring adult identity. Newly partnered people dream about integrating their partner into family systems. These rehearsal dreams serve practical and emotional functions. They give you practice in new roles before you must perform them in high-stakes situations, and they allow identity adjustment to happen gradually rather than suddenly. By the next holiday season, the role will feel more natural because your dream spent months rehearsing it. You're not just processing last holiday, you're preparing for next holiday and the year between them. Holiday dreams process loneliness differently than other emotions, sometimes by acknowledging it. Loneliness researchers note a painful paradox. Holidays emphasizing togetherness often intensify loneliness for those who lack close connections. Cultural messaging says you should be with loved ones, happy, connected. If you're alone, isolated, or disconnected, the cultural expectation creates additional pain. Research shows that holiday loneliness dreams don't necessarily create connection or comfort. Sometimes, they honor solitary experience. You dream of being alone in crowds, outside looking in at family gatherings, or in empty spaces. These dreams feel painful, but researchers suggest they serve important functions. They validate that your loneliness is real and significant. They prevent you from minimizing or denying isolation, and they can motivate connection-seeking behavior by making the pain of disconnection conscious. The dreams aren't punishing you. They're refusing to let you dismiss a real concern that deserves addressing. Sometimes, the brain's therapeutic response to pain isn't to soothe, but to acknowledge until you must act. Holiday loneliness dreams may be your unconscious insisting, "This matters. You need connection. Please, take this seriously and reach out." Some holiday dreams actively resist cultural scripts, giving you permission to feel differently than you're supposed to. Cultural psychology examines how societies prescribe correct emotions for occasions. December comes with heavy emotional prescriptions. Be joyful, grateful, generous, peaceful, family-oriented. But research finds that many people experience emotions contrary to cultural scripts. They feel lonely instead of connected, anxious instead of peaceful, resentful instead of grateful. Consciously resisting cultural scripts creates guilt and shame. Dreams provide space for resistance without guilt. You might dream indifferent reactions to gifts, escape from family gatherings, or solitary contentment. These dreams aren't showing dysfunction. They're giving you permission to have authentic emotions that conflict with cultural demands. Your unconscious is insisting on emotional honesty that your conscious social performance denies. The dreams are liberating. They're saying your authentic feelings are valid, even if they don't match the cultural story about what holidays should feel like. This dream permission often allows more honest waking self-assessment and can ultimately lead to more authentic holiday choices rather than performance of emotions you don't feel. Your dreams actively choose which holiday details to remember and which to let fade. Memory enhancement research reveals that sleep consolidation isn't democratic. Not all experiences receive equal preservation effort. Studies show that dreams strengthen memories your brain has judged emotionally important while allowing neutral details to decay. The criteria for importance are fascinating: emotional intensity, personal relevance, social significance, and narrative coherence. Holiday experiences scoring high on these dimensions get replayed repeatedly during dreams, strengthening the synaptic connections that encode them. Experiences scoring low get minimal replay and fade quickly. This is why you remember specific emotional moments from holidays: an unexpected kind gesture, a moment of connection, a beautiful sunset during a walk, while forgetting most conversation content, meal details, and logistical activities. Your dreams aren't recording the holiday comprehensively. They're editing it down to emotionally meaningful highlights. This creates a version of the holiday that's more meaningful than the actual experience, because all the boring connective tissue has been removed. Your memory of holidays is therefore better than the reality, which is psychologically adaptive. It motivates you to repeat holiday gatherings, maintain relationships, and perpetuate traditions. Dreams are creating the nostalgia that will warm you in future years. Holiday emotional integration takes approximately 3 weeks of dream processing before you've fully consolidated the experience. Longitudinal dream studies reveal that major emotional events require extended processing periods before they're fully integrated into your life narrative and stable memory structures. Research tracked holiday dream content across January, finding that holiday-related themes persist in dreams for approximately 15 to 21 days after the actual events. Early dreams, first week, feature direct replays and literal scenarios. Middle dreams, second week, become more symbolic and mixed with other concerns. Late dreams, third week, are fully integrated. Holiday experiences appear as background context or emotional tone rather than explicit content. By the fourth week, dream content has typically moved on to processing current life challenges. This 3-week timeline has practical implications. Major holiday conflicts or joys will continue influencing your emotional state for weeks after the events themselves. Not because you're dwelling on them consciously, but because your dreams are still working through them. January emotions are often December dreams, still processing. Understanding this timeline helps normalize the delayed emotional responses many people experience. Holiday dreams extract practical wisdom that improves future holiday experiences. Wisdom researchers distinguish between knowledge, facts, and wisdom, applied understanding from experience. Wisdom requires extracting patterns across experiences, understanding context, and generating principles for future action. Research demonstrates that dreams serve wisdom extraction functions, taking specific experiences and deriving generalizable insights. After multiple holidays across years, your dreams begin generating meta-patterns. This relationship pattern always creates conflict. These activities always bring joy. These expectations always lead to disappointment. The dreams aren't just processing individual holidays, but comparing across years, finding what persists. These derived insights inform your future choices unconsciously. You might find yourself avoiding certain situations or prioritizing certain connections without conscious decision-making. Your dreams have made you subtly wiser about what works and what doesn't in holiday contexts. This is experiential learning at its deepest level. Your dreams are turning experience into expertise, holiday by holiday, building a sophisticated understanding of what creates meaningful connection versus empty obligation, what brings genuine joy versus performed happiness. The dreams are making you wiser about relationships, rituals, and meaning. When families share holiday experiences, their individual dreams often use similar symbols, creating a kind of collective processing. Dream anthropologists have long noted that people within cultures share symbolic vocabularies. Certain images carry common meanings, but research reveals something more intimate. Families develop micro-symbolic systems through shared experience. A particular family joke, a specific tradition, a notable incident becomes symbolically rich for that family group. When multiple family members dream about the same holiday gathering, they often independently dream using these shared symbols. The family symbol vocabulary appears in individual dreams. This suggests that families are collectively processing shared experiences, each member's dreams contributing to the family's collective meaning-making. The dreams aren't identical, but are symbolically related, like variations on a theme. This collective processing may be how family stories get established. The event that everyone dreams about is the event that becomes family legend, because collective dreaming is essentially voting. This moment was significant. This deserves to be remembered. This is who we are as a family. Dreams are participating in the creation of family identity and family narrative. The intellectual answer is now clear. Holiday emotions affect your dreams through every mechanism brains use for emotional processing: memory formation, social learning, and meaning-making. Your sleeping brain treats holiday experiences as priority content requiring enhanced consolidation, careful emotional regulation, sophisticated social simulation, and deep meaning extraction. The dreams accomplish what waking consciousness cannot. They hold contradictory emotions simultaneously, integrate past and present identity, maintain relationships across distance, extract wisdom from experience, and construct the narratives that define your life story. But the complete answer requires one final element. Why does this matter? Why should you care that holiday emotions affect dreams? The final section will address the ultimate question, not the mechanism but the meaning. Understanding the neuroscience explains how. Understanding the meaning explains why evolution built this intricate connection between December emotions and sleeping consciousness. The brain mechanisms are fascinating, but they serve something deeper. Your fundamental human need to belong, to be remembered, to matter, to find meaning in the brief time you have. This brings us to the threshold where scientific understanding meets existential meaning. We've mapped mechanisms with precision, brain regions, neurotransmitter systems, memory consolidation processes. We understand how holiday dreams work, but science alone cannot answer. What does it mean to be a creature whose sleeping mind dedicates such care to processing December gatherings? What does it mean that your brain dedicates tremendous neural resources to integrating memories of gatherings, gifts, traditions, and togetherness? The remaining facts will move from mechanism to meaning, from neuroscience to philosophy, from how holiday dreams work to why they matter. This transition is itself significant. It mirrors how dreams themselves move from processing specific details to extracting universal meaning. The final sections will explore what holiday dream processing reveals about human nature, consciousness, mortality, love, and the human need to find meaning in gatherings around tables in the dark, cold end of the year. Science has brought us to meaning's doorstep. Now we step through. You might be feeling tired now. That's perfectly fine. That's exactly right. Breathe slowly and feel the cycles within cycles. Your breath moving in and out, lungs filling and emptying, never stopping, never resting. Your heart beating steadily, pumping blood through vessels, delivering oxygen, removing waste, maintaining the rhythm of life without your conscious effort. Seasons turning. December becoming January, becoming spring, becoming summer, becoming December again. Years passing. Holidays returning. The same dates on different years. The same gatherings with different faces as time transforms everyone. You are part of these cycles, born into them, carried by them, will one day release back into them. Nothing needs to be held onto. Life continues its patterns with or without your effort. Like the universe rotating, like planets orbiting, like ancient cycles that began before humans existed and will continue after. You can let go now. Let everything unfold in its perfect order, inevitable, gentle, beyond your control. Simply existing within the cycles, not directing them, just flowing with them. We're almost at the end of this journey, almost ready for sleep. Your holiday dreams are acts of care your sleeping self offers to your waking self. Your brain didn't have to process emotions, consolidate meaning, or heal disappointments. But you received a brain that treats your experiences as precious, worth careful preservation, deserving of gentle care. Each night, after holiday gatherings, your dreaming mind is saying, your feelings matter, your relationships are important, your struggles deserve compassion. Dreams show alternative perspectives to gift you with understanding. They bring you loved ones as continuing connection. Your dreams care for you in the way that one part of yourself can care for another part. This reframing shifts how you receive dream messages. They're careful offerings from the part of you that works tirelessly while you rest, trying to give you peace. When loved ones who've passed appear in holiday dreams, you're experiencing humanity's oldest form of continuity. Your grandmother appears not because ghosts visit, but because you carry her in neural networks that became part of your brain through years of relationship. She shaped how you think about family, love, tradition. Those patterns persist after her death, activating during contexts she would have been present for. She's not gone. She lives in your brain architecture. You are the living memory of everyone you've loved who's died. They continue experiencing holidays through your experiences. your brain processing this December through patterns they helped create. Your dreams aren't memories. They're ongoing relationship. The dead aren't separate from the living. They're woven into the living, experiencing life through consciousness they helped shape. Holiday emotions affect dreams because holidays reveal what's always true. The sacred exists within the ordinary. Even secular celebrations touch sacred ground. Humans gathering against darkness, sharing what they have, affirming connection. Dreams process this sacred quality, recognizing that cooking meals, exchanging gifts, and sharing stories contain transcendent meaning. You're not just eating dinner, you're participating in an ancient ritual of community building. Dreams help you perceive the sacred dimension of ordinary activities. They take concrete holiday details and extract meaning. This gathering means belonging. This tradition means continuity. This meal means love. By processing specific experiences and finding universal meaning, dreams connect you to something larger than individual life. Humanity's ongoing attempt to create meaning through ritual and shared experience. December dreams often carry gentle mortality awareness, which is actually a gift. Holidays whisper truths through symbols, clocks, calendars, aging faces, distant childhood. The gift is urgency. Love the people you're with now. Express gratitude while they can hear it. Repair conflicts before it's too late. You don't have unlimited time. Your dreams love you enough to tell you the truth that waking culture avoids. Use your time well. That's the gift. Holiday dreams ultimately process your deepest need, belonging. Humans need to feel they matter to others and are part of something larger than themselves. Holidays are belonging assessments. Do I belong? Do these people want me? Do I matter? Your dreams process this profound question. When dreams show you warmly welcomed, they affirm, yes, you belong. When dreams show disconnection, they reveal, you feel alone, and this matters. These assess whether you've maintained connections that make life meaningful. Holiday dreams carry emotional weight because they're about whether you have a place in the human web, whether you belong. Holiday dreams reveal something profound. Consciousness is reflexive, capable of examining itself. You dream about feeling emotions, which means consciousness is experiencing itself, This is philosophically remarkable. Your dreams about family gatherings where you felt emotions. Sleeping consciousness is recreating waking consciousness's emotional experiences, experiencing them again from different angles. It's consciousness examining consciousness through relationship and ritual. This reflexivity is perhaps consciousness's highest function, understanding itself, processing its own experiences, learning about its own nature. Your holiday dreams aren't separate from who you are. They're you becoming aware of yourself. Consciousness, slowly understanding what it means to be conscious. Holiday dreams teach a paradox. Everything is temporary, yet through dreams and memory, moments become permanent. That December dinner will never happen again, yet you'll dream about it for years. The people who were there are present again, younger again. Memory and dreams create continuity, where moments continue existing in consciousness. Your mind becomes an archive, where temporary moments gain permanent existence. The dinner happened once in physical reality, but happens repeatedly in dream reality. You cannot stop time or prevent loss, but you can preserve loved ones in memory and meet them again in dreams. Your consciousness is a museum of preserved moments. Impermanence and permanence coexist in your dreaming mind. Why do holiday emotions affect dreams so profoundly? The ultimate answer is love. Holidays concentrate expressions of love through gathered presence, gift exchange, shared meals. Your brain prioritizes processing love because love is what makes human life meaningful. Love is the meaning that makes existence bearable, the connection that makes isolation survivable. Holiday dreams process love in its many forms: parental love, sibling bonds, friendship, romantic partnership. The dreams are asking, am I loved? Do I love? These are the questions that matter. Everything else fades in significance. Your dreams know what matters. Holiday emotions affect dreams because holidays are concentrated love, and love is what consciousness cares about most. Holiday dreams often generate gratitude by shifting your perception. Gratitude isn't primarily about having good things. It's about perceiving what you have as good. Dreams replay gatherings, but alter your perspective. You see your mother's care differently. Notice your partner's patience. These shifted perspectives aren't false. They're valid ways of perceiving reality. Your dream shows your family as deeply connecting. It's showing a true aspect, obscured by daily irritations. By offering these perspectives during dreams, your sleeping brain gradually shifts waking perception toward gratitude. You begin noticing what dreams highlighted: that you're fortunate to have people to gather with, that imperfect love is still love. Dreams are gratitude training, teaching consciousness to perceive life through appreciative eyes. Holiday dreams connect you to past and future generations simultaneously. You dream about your grandmother's traditions while creating memories for children. You're the bridge, receiving traditions from ancestors, transmitting them forward. You're not just living your own life, but serving as the link in a generational chain. You're participating in cultural continuity across time. Your holiday dreams are where this work happens unconsciously, preparing you to be the bridge, connecting past to future, ancestors to descendants, memory to hope. Holiday dreams teach you to accept emotional complexity rather than demanding simplicity. Modern culture encourages simple categorization: good or bad, happy or sad. But reality is complex. You can simultaneously be happy to see family and exhausted by them, grateful for traditions and burdened by them. Waking consciousness struggles with this. But dreams excel at holding paradox. They present contradictory emotions simultaneously, being multiple things at once. By repeatedly experiencing this during dreams, you gradually learn that mixed feelings aren't confusion. They're sophisticated truth. You can love someone you're frustrated with. You can grieve the past while celebrating the present. The dreams teach emotional maturity, holding multiple truths at once without needing resolution. This is wisdom, accepting that life is complex. Emotions are layered, and relationships contain both joy and sorrow, connection and separation, permanence and change. December dreams, particularly as you age, gently prepare you for eventual losses. You dream about family members who are aging, occasionally dream scenarios where they're absent. These aren't prophetic, but preparatory. Your brain is engaging in anticipatory work, processing potential future loss before it happens, so reality, when it comes, doesn't completely shatter you. Research shows that people who've done anticipatory grief work cope better with actual loss. Dreams contribute naturally, without forcing conscious confrontation. The dreams show you gradually adjusting to the idea that everyone eventually leaves. This isn't depressing, it's loving preparation. Your dreaming mind loves you enough to help you build resilience for inevitable pain. When loss comes, you'll have processed some of it during years of dreams. The acute grief will still be real, but you'll have a foundation of preparation the dreams quietly built. Holiday dreams contribute to the story you tell yourself about your life. Your life story isn't objective history but selective narrative emphasizing certain events and meanings. Dreams participate by highlighting which experiences become part of your narrative. The dinner where you felt connected becomes, "I have a loving family." The gift that showed understanding becomes, "I am seen." Dreams don't just store memories. They shape narratives, creating the story you tell about who you are. This story affects your life. It determines whether you see yourself as loved or rejected, competent or inadequate. Dreams are constantly editing this story, sometimes reinforcing existing narratives, sometimes offering alternatives. Your dreams are helping you write the truest possible autobiography. Understanding holiday dreams reveals that sleep itself is sacred, not wasted time but restoration. Modern culture devalues sleep, treating it as unfortunate necessity. But sleep is when your brain does its most sophisticated work, processing emotions, consolidating memories, extracting meaning, healing psychological wounds. This is sacred work, maintaining your humanity, your relationships, your sanity. Holiday dreams exemplify this. While you rest, your brain carefully preserves precious memories, gently processes difficult emotions, quietly builds gratitude. None of this happens during waking hours. You must sleep and surrender control, trusting your brain. This requires faith, believing rest serves purposes beyond rest. Honoring sleep, especially after emotionally intense holidays, is honoring your humanity. You're not a machine. You're a conscious being, needing time to integrate experience into meaning. Holiday dreams maintain connection across physical distance in our modern distributed families. Previous generations lived near extended family. Connection was maintained through regular presence. Modern families scatter across cities, states, countries. Between holidays, dreams keep relationships active in your internal world. You dream about distant family, keeping neural representations firing during separation. Research confirms people who dream about distant loved ones feel more connected despite physical separation. Dreams aren't substitutes for presence, but they're bridges across absence. When you reunite, you haven't become strangers. Dreams kept the relationship warm. Your December dreams maintain connections that distance would otherwise erode. How you celebrate holidays becomes part of what you leave to those who love you. The traditions you establish, the atmosphere you create, the love you express become encoded in children's developing brains. Years from now, they'll dream about holidays you created. Your presence will appear in their dreams long after you're gone, just as your parents appear in yours. The holiday meals you prepared, traditions you taught, warmth you created, all will persist in their neural networks. You're creating not just present moments, but future memories, future dreams. What dreams do you want to create for them? What emotional landscape do you want them to revisit in sleep throughout their lives? This is the real inheritance. Not possessions, but dream content. Not things, but feelings. December dreams help you hold paradox. This moment is temporary, yet it matters eternally. The gathering is temporary, a few hours that will end. Yet the emotions, connections, and meanings created will persist in memory and dreams for your lifetime, and in others' memories beyond. This is existence's paradox. Every moment is simultaneously insignificant. It will pass, and infinitely significant. It shapes everything that follows. Dreams hold this beautifully. They treat temporary moments as worthy of elaborate processing, careful preservation, as if those hours matter tremendously. Yet dreams also place moments in larger context. This is one holiday among many, one gathering in a lifetime. Both are true. This moment matters immensely and barely matters at all. Understanding this leads to presence. You can engage fully with temporary moments without clinging, knowing they'll pass, but also knowing they'll be preserved in consciousness. Holiday dreams often move you toward forgiveness, which is freedom for yourself. Family relationships inevitably include hurt. Carrying resentment poisons your experience. Dreams work toward forgiveness, not by making you forget hurt, but by helping you hold full complexity. This person hurt me, and this person also loved me as best they could. Both are true. Dreams show younger versions of people who hurt you, reminding you they were once vulnerable, once learning. By repeatedly offering these complex perspectives, dreams gradually soften resentment. You might wake one morning realizing you've forgiven without consciously choosing to. Dreams did the work quietly. This forgiveness is freedom. You're no longer bound by old hurts. You're free to relate to people as they are now. Understanding holiday dreams teaches presence, being fully engaged, because those moments become your future dream content. What you're experiencing now is tomorrow's dreams, next year's memories, your future consciousness. This awareness cultivates presence. Pay attention to this conversation. Notice this kindness. Savor this connection, because this is what your mind will work with. You're creating the raw material that will define how you remember this time of your life. Presence means being real, feeling what you actually feel, connecting where you genuinely can. Your dreams know the difference between genuine connection and performance. Dreams can't be lied to. Being present means being authentic. This creates richer dream material. Your dreams will thank you for being real. The final insight: you are the dreamer. Your consciousness creates these elaborate holiday dreams, processes these emotions, extracts this meaning. You're not passive. Dreams happen to you. The truth is empowering. You're actively creating all of this. Your consciousness is generating these experiences, doing this work, making this meaning. Every dream, every memory, every emotion is your consciousness, exploring what it means to be alive, to love, to lose, to belong. You're the active creator. Your consciousness, examining consciousness. Love, understanding love. Temporary existence, seeking permanent meaning. That's beautiful. Holiday emotions affect dreams because holidays reveal what's always true. The sacred exists within the ordinary. Dreams help you perceive that apparently ordinary activities, cooking, exchanging gifts, sharing stories, contain transcendent meaning. You're not just eating dinner. You're participating in ancient community ritual. Dreams connect you to humanity's ongoing attempt to create meaning through ritual and shared experience. Could holiday emotions change how we understand dreams? They already have. By examining how intensively dreams work during holidays, we understand that all dreams serve these functions: love, loss, connection, memory, meaning, belonging. Holidays don't create different dreams. They reveal with unusual clarity what dreams have always been. Your brain caring deeply about your emotional life, your relationships, your ability to find meaning. The real change isn't in understanding dreams, but understanding yourself. The answer lives in you. Your dreaming consciousness processing December emotions is you taking care of yourself, creating meaning, maintaining love, preserving what matters. The answer isn't something you discover, it's something you are. This December will end, but December will return, and you'll dream holidays again next year. This eternal return is comforting and confronting. Comforting because experiences return, allowing you to try again, connect again. Confronting because return reveals change. People age. You transform. Next December's dreams will process different emotions, serve different needs. You'll be different. The eternal return isn't repetition, but spiral progression. You revisit similar experiences from evolved perspectives. This spiral creates growth. Each holiday teaches. Each dream integrates. Each year you understand yourself more deeply. December returns eternally, and you meet it new each time. Ultimately, holiday emotions affect dreams because love persists beyond waking consciousness into sleep consciousness, into memory, into future dreams, into consciousness of those who survive you. Love creates neural patterns, memory structures, emotional landscapes that persist after love's expression ends. When you love someone, you change your own brain in ways that outlast moments of loving. That person becomes part of your neural architecture. When they die, they live on as part of you, appearing in dreams. Your holiday dreams are where love proves itself immortal. Love persists through dreams because love has changed you at neural level. Love never truly ends. It transforms from active relationship to persistent influence, to dream presence, to memory, to legacy. The final truth: you are enough. Despite imperfect holidays and flawed relationships, you are enough. Your dreams work processing holiday emotions not to fix you, but to help you integrate complex reality into livable meaning. They don't try to make you perfect. They help you accept imperfection. They preserve real memories, where love coexisted with difficulty. Your dreams accept you completely. Your contradictory emotions, your mixed feelings, your complicated relationships. They process everything with patience, without judgment. This is radical acceptance. You are exactly as you should be, feeling exactly what you should feel. Your dreams confirm this. They don't say you shouldn't feel that way. They say, let me help you understand why you feel that way. You are human, gloriously, imperfectly human, and your dreams love you for it. You are enough. And so, our quiet journey through psychology and dreams comes to a gentle close. We've traveled from the brain regions that light up when you smell December pine, to the way your sleeping mind weaves childhood and present into impossible but emotionally true dreams, discovering along the way that holiday emotions don't just appear in dreams. They transform dreaming itself into specialized processing. From the memory cascades triggered by one familiar carol, to the meaning your unconscious mind extracts from gathering around tables, we've glimpsed how your sleeping brain is simultaneously ancient and personal, running programs designed by evolution while addressing your unique history and relationships. We've seen that you're not passive in this. You are the dreamer. Consciousness examining itself. Love trying to understand love. Temporary existence seeking permanent meaning. Holiday emotions and dreams remind us that we are fundamentally relational beings. Much of what consciousness does happens in silence. Memories consolidating during sleep, emotions processing in dreams, meaning emerging from unconscious depths, all while you simply rest. Dreams teach us that rest isn't emptiness, but profound activity. That sleep isn't absence, but presence of different kind. That letting go allows processing your conscious mind cannot accomplish. By pausing to honor this, to sleep well, to dream deeply, to trust unconscious wisdom, we glimpse the extraordinary truth hidden in ordinary experience. You are consciousness becoming aware of itself. And that awareness happens most profoundly when you surrender, control, and simply rest. And now, in these final minutes, take the deepest breath you can, as deep as possible. Fill your lungs completely. Think about unity, of every memory blending into one lifetime, of every relationship connecting into one web of love, of every dream flowing into one continuous consciousness. You are not separate from the people you love. They live in your neural networks, appear in your dreams, shape your thoughts. You are not separate from your past selves. Childhood you and current you are the same consciousness in different moments. You are not separate from those who've loved you and died. They persist as part of your brain's architecture, present in every choice they influenced. Let your entire being dissolve into this knowing, into the ocean of consciousness, where all boundaries soften, where sleeping and waking blend, where memory and dream and presence and absence all exist simultaneously. There's nothing to hold on to, nothing to resist. Just consciousness, aware of itself. Love, aware of being love. Prepare for deep sleep. No boundaries left between you and rest. Only peace. Only acceptance. Only the gentle dissolution into darkness that holds all dreams. If this thoughtful exploration of mind and memory made you feel less alone tonight, perhaps whisper it forward to someone else, awake and searching. It may bring comfort to one more wandering consciousness, one more person wondering why dreams feel so real during December, one more sleepy soul seeking understanding, one quiet share, one peaceful night at a time. But there's no need to do anything now. Nothing at all. You've traveled far tonight, exploring the hidden workings of your own mind, understanding why December emotions feel so heavy and so light at the same time. You can allow these thoughts about dreams and holidays to fade now, like morning mist, dissolving in gentle sunlight, leaving only the peaceful calm behind. Let your breathing deepen naturally. Let your body feel heavier, as if gravity itself is pulling you down into the mattress, into the bed, into rest. If sleep comes, let it carry you like a river flowing inevitably toward the ocean, smoothly, gently, into a realm where consciousness softens and dreams begin their quiet work. If your eyes are still open, another video is waiting for you, ready to continue the journey. But if they're closed, stay there. Stay in the darkness that feels safe and warm. Stay in the space where dreams are already forming, where your unconscious mind is already beginning tonight's processing. Tomorrow, holiday emotions will still need understanding. Memory and dreams will still weave their mysterious connection. But tonight belongs to stillness, to rest, to the sacred work that happens only when you let go. Rest well, beautiful, dreaming soul. And remember, your dreams love you. They work tirelessly while you sleep, processing your emotions with patience, preserving your memories with care, finding meaning in your experiences with creativity, and always working to help you understand yourself and the people you love. You are consciousness, becoming aware of itself. And right now, consciousness needs to sleep. Good night.